gang. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode, All Things Frandom. My name is Franny. On this channel, if you're new, I talk about all things from financial stuff, life experiences, relationships, coffee chats, anything in between. So the other episode, I had you guys send in a couple questions related to financial stuff, because April is Financial Literacy Month. So I'm going to answer stuff, give you free advice. Considering I have a background in finance, I'm pretty qualified to answer, I suppose. So you guys sent in some questions. I'm going to answer them on this episode. So here we go. The first question was, what is a healthy way to have credit cards? Because some people say credit cards is not good to have because you can abuse them. They're not good for your credit. They're not good for you staying in financial, like a good space financially. All of that is true. But my thing is, if you're gonna use a credit card, maybe just have one or two where you can, like, maybe say put all your bills on one credit card and then at least pay it off at the end of the month where no interest is applied. That's a healthy way to do it. Another tip would be leave your balance under that 30% mark. If your credit limit is a certain amount, you always want to have your balance under 30%. I believe that's the rule. Just being able to just not overspend. You don't want to max out the limit, just abusing it. You don't want to put things on it and you can't pay it off. They say if you are about to put something on your credit card and you can't at least pay for it in that moment with cash, then don't do it, because you want to be able to pay it off. So the next question is, what books do I recommend on financials? So like I said, I'm so experienced when it comes to financial stuff. As far as I've been broke, I've been in debt, I've had a lot of ups and downs when it comes to money. So I can speak to these things. There's 3 books in particular that has helped me throughout life. There's many, but I'll start with 3. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. This is a good read. It talks about mindset, and it basically just goes over like the principles of successful people and what do they do, their habits, on how they have a relationship with money and things that they do, and having that burning desire and belief that you can be rich. It starts in the mind. So it was a really good read. I read it years ago. It's always one of my favorites. Another one I did read was by Michelle Singletary. This was actually recommended to me at church when I was going to this church. They had us do a fast where we had to detox 21 days. It was a good thing. And she talks about how finances goes hand in hand with stewardship. So you ever heard the term where God says, I'm paraphrasing, if you are a good steward over the few you have, then he'll give you more. So basically, you don't have to make a lot of money to be financially free. If you make whatever you make, just learn to be a good steward over that. And that way God will bless you with more, because how he's going to bless you with more if you can't even take care of the small amount that you have? So I believe that that's a good outlook. So she hit a lot of things. She actually talked about taking 21 days of the month and only working with necessities, like spending on necessities. No spending on out to eat, nothing of the sort, and see if you can do it for 21 days. Because they say if you can do something for 21 days, you have created a habit. So it's a good routine. And they say it takes, I think, 30 days to break it and 21 days to create it, something like that. And another one is my favorite. I am a Ramsey girl. This is The Total Money Makeover. This book is such a good read. It takes you through the baby steps, 7 baby steps. It takes you through financial freedom, on how to have the mindset and what to do as far as money. It's just a really good read. He is a little rough around the edges as far as like his approach and his delivery, but if you actually listen to the principles that he talk about, this video is not sponsored by him. It's just that I believe in his strategy. It works. You know what I'm saying? He always say baby step 1, start with an emergency fund, saving $1,000, because they said 70% of Americans don't even have $1,000 saved. So if we can start with saving $1,000, then you can start to save more, and it can be your emergency fund, because somebody always have an emergency, whether your car break down, you have just some type of expense. $1,000 should cover it. So that's his whole strategy. If you can start with $1,000, anything after that should go towards your debt. Baby step 2 is paying your debt. So he goes over the 7 steps. I won't give it away. You can get the book, and it's a really, really good read. So that was that. The last question that I got was, how many bank accounts should one person have? Well, this is up to you, but I mean, you shouldn't have all all your bills and all your activity for one account. I believe that you should have one account that's your landing account. That's the account where all your direct deposits come in, all the money comes in. Then number two, you should have a bill account. You should have an account specifically where you pay your bills out of. And then maybe number three, you should have a spending account where you spend fun money, self-care, variable expenses out of that account. So the first account should be landing, where all the money comes. Then second account should be where you pay your bills. Third account should be spending, and then whatever savings you have. But me and my husband, we have a little more account, a few more accounts, sorry. So we have an account that's just for rent and car. So we have the landing account, he have his spending account, I have my spending account. We have an account for bills like the 4 walls, utilities, things like that. But we also have another account that's just for a car payment and rent. So nothing else. You always want to make sure you pay that rent and your car payment, because those are the 2 main bills that you just don't play with. That's just my thinking. So that's it. So, and then you can have whatever savings account you want, emergency fund, and then whatever you're saving for. But I'll get into all of that in different videos. So again, this is a financial literacy month, and they said we should talk about things financially related, and I am a finance background. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of episodes throughout the month on different topics. I know budgeting and financial stuff is always so boring, people say, but it's what we need, especially our community, because baby, we out here, we at one day at a time, baby. We trying to figure it out together. So we always want to learn from each other, bounce ideas off each other. So if you got any other questions for me, financially related, send them to me, DM me, Miss Franny at Instagram, and I'll gladly answer any tax questions, any financial questions that you may have. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I won't hold you. Until next time, thanks, Friends Plan. Mwah.